as the pace car will pull off. And Tony Stewart in that brand new to 2009 Office Depot scheme is going to get us going. Great jump for the 29, clear to the lead already. Mike Skinner to second, the State Farm champion from 2009, as they are going nearly 4 wide here. The RCR cars on Kane, as Reed Sorensen going for second on his teammate Mike Skinner. Went way up at 48 to Brad Keselowski, as we will be clean for the first lap. Tony Stewart leads it from the pole, as Casey Kane, I think, is going to grab second off of the State Farm champion Mike Skinner. And he will. Casey Kane is second. Evernham won the State Farm race, so trying to sweep the weekend here. Oh, there's a caution. Caution on the Speedway. It's the 42 of Matt Kenseth. Oh boy, what happened? 5 wide on the front stretch. Matt Kenseth, Robbie Gordon, Mark Truex Jr., David Rudiman, and I believe that's AJ Allmendinger. And Robbie Gordon just takes Kenseth into the wall for the entire corner. And then they just get... Oh, Kevin Conway turns them both.
Thanks, Kevin Conway, you motherfucker. I'll kill you.
All right. We're going to go green from Auto Club. Jimmy Johnson, the 22, only car to stay out. Then the 4 cars behind him, Brad Keselowski, Dave Blaney, Kurt Busch, and Martin Truex Jr., I believe took 2. And then you have Tony Stewart with 4 in 6. So this is going to be a real interesting restart. Real variety of strategies at play here already early into this race. So here we go. Jimmy Johnson, Brad Keselowski, front row. And we're green. As Keselowski seems to have gotten a bit of a jump on the top line. No, carry the momentum. The 22 of Jimmy Johnson, I think, is going to get the lead here. Dave Blaney challenging for it in the 12. They're going to be 3 wide for this lead. Casey Kane already up to 4th here. 3 wide for the lead. Dave Blaney on the bottom of Keselowski. Oh, Kurt Busch is going to get into Keselowski. Oh, that's going to be a huge crash. There we go.
Oh my God.
Big crash on the front stretch. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of cars involved. That's... Oh my God! Violent hit for Michael Waltrip, the 500 winner, into the pit wall. Oh my goodness. So rewinding, Kurt Busch gets into Brad Keselowski here, and then Truex slides up the track, and then, oh my God. Jesus Christ. I don't even know if there's anyone to blame. It's like the whole field just kind of lost all their brain cells. I mean, here, Keselowski just got way wide. Kurt comes in hot, and they both collide onto each other, and Truex just squeezes them, and there's just a huge crash with a lot of the field involved. Honestly, not as bad of damage as you'd think for most of these cars. Jamie McMurray's done, but a lot of these other cars might be fine. Now, no idea what happens here, but Scott Riggs in the 36 and Michael Waltrip in the 66, the 500 winner, just hit it into the pit wall. And that also takes out Brad Keselowski. I have no idea what Riggs or Waltrip were doing there exactly, but they're both going to be having heavy damage. Brad Keselowski. Oh, Jamie McMurray did it too. McMurray on the apron just nudges it into the wall. Not too heavy of contact. Might not have had control of that car. So that's unfortunate for McMurray. As Stewart leads over Casey Kane and his teammate Brian Vickers. You see a bunch of cars going real wide up here. But it is Tony Stewart leading the way over Kane, Vickers, Biffle, and Rudiman. Rudiman part-time for Team Penske, full-time in State Farm. Finished close to the top 10 in that race, but not quite the top 10, but was in the fight for it and having a great day here at Auto Club in the Cup Series. Oh, caution! Caution's out. Oh, they're wrecking still. Dale Jr., Kevin Harvick, and Reed Sorensen. All right, we got the hardboard here. Just gets into Carl Edwards, then gets turned down because he clears himself off Montoya into the inside wall, gets back into Montoya, then seemingly pissed at him, just turns him in front of the field. And that was Ryan Newman who got collected, took a hard hit. Look at this, Ryan Newman just minding his own business. Everything's fine and dandy, and then what the fuck? Yeah, 97 up there, and and his own teammate Arca breaks into him. The 77 Todd Bodine. There's nowhere to go for the two. That's unfortunate. But the leader, Casey Kane, just trying to let it all play out behind him. AJ Allmendinger trying to fend off Brian Vickers. And now JJ Yaley potentially as they go into 3 and 4. And JJ Yaley to second. Casey Kane leading. Casey Kane almost under attack from JJ Yaley, who's having maybe the best performance of his career to this point right now. And Rudiman, part-time driver for Team Pets, full-time in State Farm, but only part-time here. He's going to go to second. There's a big crash in the back. Matt Crafton on his side. Up ahead, more carnage. Kurt Busch, Kevin Conway, Carl Edwards, Denny Hamlin. All right, big crash here. They were 4 wide coming into the corner. Sadler, Crafton, Gordon, and Bliss. And Bliss just kind of pushes Gordon up the track and up into Matt Crafton, who ends up on his side. And the car able to come down on 4 wheels. Scary moment for Crafton, but more happens ahead. So Kurt Busch, Kevin Conway. Conway's slow, and Kurt Busch just gets into him. And then there's another wreck ahead of them. And this was the avoidance of the Crafton incident that caused this. So also avoiding this wreck, Matt Kenseth. Oh, Cale Gale just slams into the 83 of Denny Hamlin, and he comes back up into the 34 of Carl Edwards. And I think that's everything that happened there. Just a lot of big crashes. As to the line, Casey Kane will keep the lead. All right, top 6 here for the restart. David Rudiman, Tony Stewart, Casey Kane, Brian Vickers, JJ Yaley, Casey Mears. David Rudiman, the part-timer, trying to get it done here at Auto Club. It's been a great performance from him so far. As Tony Stewart's going to get a big jump and is going to take the green flag. And he's going to be able to clear off of that. Great restart for Tony Stewart. The car's taken out by that incident there. Matt Crafton, Jeff Gordon, and Carl Edwards. David Rudiman going for second. He's going to get it off of Brian Vickers. Vickers is also going to lose a spot to Kane, it looks like here. Yeah, Casey Kane going to take third. Rudiman to second. We got a slow car in the apron. Bobby Labonte.
How, huh?
As, Labonte is going to stall out. And are we going to get a caution? No caution. But that's probably the end of Bobby Labonte's day. Stewart and Rudiman pretty clear out front, and then there's a big battle for third here. Vickers seems to have it cleared it. It's moving to fourth of the battle. Could be Kane, Skinner, Mears, and Yaley, and even Greg Biffle in this one a bit. As Skinner up to the outside never works, and Kane will settle that spot. Kind of surprising, Bobby Labonte able to get back out on track. He's currently in 28th, 5 laps down. Unless you get a bunch of cautions, probably no real shot for any Bobby Labonte fans, but good to get the car back out there. Lap traffic here. Tony Stewart having to deal with Mike Bliss. He's gonna get by him pretty easily there. Relatively. David Rudiman trying to catch. Got Brian Vickers, J.J. Yaley, Mike Skinner, Casey Mears all trying to catch Tony Stewart, and they are closing that gap. As they're running. Oh, they're pitting! Pit stops. Again here at Auto Club. See who's leading now. J.J. Yaley takes the lead, staying out an extra lap or two probably. Greg Biffle, Jimmy Johnson, Dave Blaney. The only other cars who have seemed to stay out. Off the pit lane, Rudiman side by side with Tony Stewart. And Rudiman is going to take the lead off the pit lane. Stewart. And look at this, Casey Mears trying to get second. He's left to battle side by side with Mears. I think we'll be able to clear the 26 on the front stretch here. And he will. So things are all settled now. Part-time driver David Rudiman leading this race with 20 to go ahead of Tony Stewart, Casey Mears, J.J. Yaley, and Greg Biffle, the top 5. Michael Waltrip in a part-time entry to 15, won last week in Daytona. Can it be 2 in a row for part-time drivers in the Cup Series? Here comes David Rudiman on the lap car. Elliott Sadler. As Tony Stewart a bit to the inside, trying to get a lane here, but the outside is so much stronger on the backstretch here. Stewart trying to do something into 3 and 4. Hard corner to pass in. Not gonna get it. Here comes Tony Stewart on the front stretch. On the top line, the lap car, Kyle Busch. And Tony Stewart uses the 96 as a perfect pick, but here comes Casey Mears to the inside to try and get the lead from Tony Stewart. I don't know if he has enough here, because once you get to the backstretch, that top line becomes so dominant. And what a move by Tony Stewart to use that 96 to get past David Rudiman with ease. He's going to have to use the inside to get by Conway. And it looks like the 02 is going to use Conway as a pick to get past the 26. Unless Conway blocks, but Rudiman able to get to his inside before he can have that opportunity. I'm going to leave Mears stuck behind him. Rudiman back to second. David Rudiman looking to the inside. Can't get anything going, as they are bumper to bumper here. Just not letting each other go. Mears, the inside of Rudiman. Through 3 and 4, pushes him up the track a bit. Can that give him the advantage? He has some momentum from Yaley, and that will let the 26 of Casey Mears clear David Rudiman, and staying side by side on the inside. I think Yaley is going to be able to get past the 02 as well, but can he get past Casey Mears too? I don't think he will. But Mears and Yaley both move up 1, and Rudiman down 2. As Stewart leads over Mears. Here comes Casey Mears trying to make a move for the lead with 4 to go. Not gonna happen. 3 and 4, not the place to try and pass. Stewart just trying to put on a gap in these closing laps. 2 to go from Auto Club. They're going to have lap cars ahead. They got Kyle Busch, they got the MWR cars, and they got Cale Gale to deal with. Stewart gets a good move to the inside of Kyle Busch. They're all going to get by Kyle Busch easily. Yaley trying to take a dive on the 02. 17 dips to pit lane, maybe to avoid these leaders. Tony Stewart through 3 and 4 puts up one hell of a race, a dominant performance from the 29 here at Auto Club. Tony Stewart will take the win for Richard Childress Racing, followed by Casey Mears. Great performance from David Rudiman, JJ Yaley, Greg Biffle, Casey Kane, Mike Skinner, Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Burton, and Brian Vickers, your top 10, as Denny Hamlin blows up after the checkers. Interesting for the 83, as probably won't matter since it happened after the checkered flag, but Tony Stewart will take home the win here at Auto Club.